really excellent feature about Google Classroom is that if you employ it wisely, it can be a great tool for sharing literacy strategies and building them up among your students. So I just wanted to show you a couple ways you could do this, as well as differentiating your instruction to meet the needs of all of your students. So first thing we did was we logged into Google Drive, and from here we can go into our classroom. And the first strategy I want to show you is one that I came up with earlier in this year. And what it does basically is it's just kind of using differentiation through having different colors. So if you look here in the resources folder of the Google Classroom section, you'll see there's a folder that says leveled with colors reading practice. So these are just a couple templates that I made. And let's look at the phrase fluency one. So you see here now, these are just kind of like a bunch of different phrase cards, and instead of cutting them up, I just printed them onto different color paper and rescanned them. So you can see there's different levels as I go down. It starts with the green. And you see these are just phrases that help establish fluency with reading. These are kind of like sight words, as you see, high frequency phrases. So if students really work hard on these, that's one strategy for developing their literacy. And then you can see as we move down, the phrases get a little bit harder, and now they're in blue paper. And then we get down to the harder phrases, the hardest phrases, and they are on white paper. So without really calling attention to what level your students are on, you could just say, okay, well, we have the green group, the blue group, and the white group. And if you're in the white group, you practice with the white words. And if you're in the blue group, you practice with the words on the blue card. So this is also a really helpful strategy to share with the parents as far as for all of these. You can just teach them how to go through these with the kids. Basically what they'll want to do is go through the cards and see, either how quickly they can read through all of them, or give them, a set amount of time and see how many they can get through in that set amount of time. Just find different ways to challenge them and to practice their reading and literacy strategies. Another strategy that I think is cool with Google Classroom is I kind of combined an audiobook meets a PDF file. So I'll show you how to do that right now. In Classroom, if you want to assign this to your students, all I've done is I just went in and recorded a section of a book, a little clip that they would be assigned to read in class. And so if you want to assign that to them, you can just type in here, we'll type this audiobook. And what you'll want to do is I recorded the audiobook as an MP3 file and then just uploaded it to my Google Drive. If you use Drive on a computer or Chromebook, it allows you to play music straight through the Google Drive player. So watch how this works. We'll just click Drive, and we'll go into the folder where I saved this. This file is in the Leveled with Colors reading practice, and it's right here, the Iceberg Right Ahead audiobook. And as well, I also took the book into the scanner in the office and scanned the pictures of it. So I'm going to select this as well. It's a PDF, and I'll click Add to the assignment. Now, I was going to use YouTube to do this, but then I got into looking in the copyright infringement and things of that nature. And so I feel like this is probably a better way to share files with your students. You're not putting it out there to the public internet. So for this one, we'll just select Students Can View File for both. And then we'll go ahead and click Assign. And then when the students log in, I'm not going to go all the way into the student section. I'll just show you through mine. But you'll want to instruct the students to open up both files. So they might need to open up 2 copies of Google Drive so they can view 2 things at once. So they'll just go back to their app launcher button and have 2 copies going. So on one side, we're going to open up the text, Iceberg Right Ahead text, and it's just a picture file. And then on the other side, we're going to navigate to the audiobook. So we'll just go in here to Classroom. And then we'll go to leveled with colors reading practice. That's where we saved it. And then the iceberg right ahead audiobook. So now, if the students have this open first and they have it ready to read, you can scroll down. You can see this is the text just out of our fourth grade reading book. They'll have this open in one window, and then they can go ahead and listen to this audiobook, and I'll just give you a snippet of it. Iceberg right ahead. These trackers work to prevent Titanic the sequel by Gail Scroback Hennessy. Icebergs below. These words electrify the crew flying 8,000 feet above the frigid North Atlantic Ocean, taking the aircraft down. So that's a good enough sample. You can kind of see what's going on there. Some of the strategies that I've looked into in my research said that if students hear the text read to them first and then try reading it on their own, a lot of times it helps them figure out words and give them clues as to how words should sound. I also found a lot of research that said that sharing these strategies with the parents and teaching the parents basically how to teach their kids new strategies goes a long way, especially with literacy, in helping kids to achieve their full potential. So if you incorporate these into your teaching, I think you'll have some success. If you have any questions about this, leave them in the comments section and I'll do my best to reply to all of them. Thanks and have a good day.